Hi, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how I altered the windows in Dreaming Tree's Village Church using Sure Cuts a Lot. Now this is so that I could show a little bit more of the stained glass that we created. So for this tutorial I have the window trim, which is on this page. I have the panels. These are the pattern panels that go over the base of the house, and I have one of the bases, and I have one of the other bases. So let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to do is get rid of one of these. The reason I'm doing that is because we only really need to do one and then just duplicate it to use it again. So I'm going to take my eraser tool and I'm just going to go ahead and erase one of these. Really quick and easy. All right, so let me zoom in here. So I'm going to go ahead and click the magnifying glass. It's the actual zoom in tool. Looks like a magnifying glass with a plus on it. And then I'm going to draw that around my shape so that you and I can see that a little bit easier. I'm going to click on my eraser tool, and I'm going to change this to a square to start. Now, my square size is 1.5 inches. You just want to make sure that it's just a little bit larger than the opening. And so I've already messed around with this to see that that is what I want. I'm going to line this up. I'm pretty much lining it up across the bottom and the sides. And I'm going to go ahead and click, and you'll see now it's removed the space down here. You can see just a little bit where that square was on the top. It's a little bit larger. And so now let's take care of the top part of this. So all I need to do is change the eraser tool shape to now a circle. And I'm going to bring this over here, and basically the same thing. I'm going to align it where it's just a little bit touching the top and it's centered in the sides. So I'm going to click on that. And if you don't get it right the first time, just click undo. And you could actually zoom in a little bit further like that. Let's turn the eraser tool back on. And let's move this a little bit higher. Like that maybe, and click on that, and that's close. It's pretty close to me. Let me see if I can do it one more time and see if I can get that. Too much. There we go. That actually looks pretty good. Let's do view, fit to window. Perfect, perfect. So now I want to go ahead, and this is going to be the panel that I use. So let's do edit, copy, edit, paste. We'll move this off to the side. And for this, now I want to go ahead and use this cutout that we just created. So the easiest way is to do object, break apart, and then I can move away this. I can delete the circle, and I can delete this panel, and we're going to actually use this for creating the rest of the opening. So let's copy this. And we also actually need a duplicate of this again. So let's copy this first. So copy and paste. So now we have our two panels again, and we just need to copy this or cut it because I no longer need it on this one. All right, so now let's go to the panels, and I'm actually going to paste that piece here. I'm going to paste it a couple times because I'm going to use it again. So let's just have a couple copies. So basically I'm going to be working on the two left pieces on the top up here. So let's go ahead and erase everything else that we don't need. So I'm not going to be altering any of these other ones. So I can just remove those like so. Actually, and then we'll remove one of these because like I had said, we're going to duplicate this so that we can, we only have to do it one time. Let's zoom in. All right. And so now let's move the blue piece on top of this pinkish piece as close as possible. Again, it's going to be slightly bigger, so you just kind of want to center it as best as you can. If you hover over the pink part, you'll actually see the preview, and that looks pretty good to me, so I'm just going to select both of them. You do need to make sure that your blue piece is the layer above the pink piece. So if I look in my layers panel to the right, you are going to see that that blue piece that is here is highlighted. So it's the blue one, and so I have the blue one highlighted and I have the pink one highlighted, and you'll see that the blue one is above the pink one in the layers panel. All I need to do now is go to Path, Back minus Front, and you'll see now that I have the trim here cut out. And again, Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. So now I have both of those. And let's go to Fit to Window, and we'll grab this one. So let's copy this one. And now let's move over to the window panel, and I'm going to paste this a couple times just so that I have a duplicate of that. All right, so again, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to zoom in here so that you guys can see this. Let's move this over. Like so. Close as you can. That looks about right. Perfect. Now, the only thing on this one is you're going to go to the layer panel, and if you drop it down by clicking the arrow, you're going to see that there's two layers. The first layer that looks, it's just white, it's a white square. That's actually the scoreline layer. If I turn the eyeball on and off, you will see that. The score lines disappear. I just want to lock that. And that's that little, it's like a little dot next to the eyeball to the right. You can, if you click on that, it'll lock that layer. So all I need to do is click on the blue piece, and again, I had two of them, and you're seeing two of them in my layers panel. So to identify which one it is, I'm just either clicking the eyeball, or I can click the actual layer, and you'll see that it's highlighted. So now that that one's highlighted, I'm going to hold my shift key and I'm clicking on the last layer here, which is the actual panel for the house. And I'm going to go to Path and Back minus Front. And now that one is done. And let's go to View, Fit to Window. So now let's go ahead and cut this one, and we'll use that on the last panel. We will paste that and move this over here. And let's zoom this in again. And again, we're going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to drop down the layers panel over here. I'm going to lock the scoreline layer so that we don't accidentally do anything to that. And we're going to move this piece over above the base piece and center it as best as you can. All right. And again, clicking on both, holding the shift key, I'm going to go to Path, Back minus Front, and you'll see that that has been cut out. Let me zoom back out so you can see that. So again, I just went ahead and cut out these windows. I started by just using the eraser tool twice, and then we went ahead and did the panel, we did the trim, and then we did both of the openings for the base of the house. And so there you have it. And now I'll go ahead and assemble my church with the stained glass, and hope this was helpful.